Let's hear it one more time for the Pride in Motion. Freshmen of the week are Elliot White, Aaron Evers, and Alicia Luna. Archers of the week are Matthew Sexton, Wilson James, Hannah Pride, and Deontay Whaley. Pleasant Grove High School band is under the direction of Mr. Basti, Ms. Tony D, Mr. Ed Grissom, Mr. Jody Bigby, and Ms. Megan Law. The Pride in Motion would like to thank the following: the PG Band Boosters, Superintendent Chad Purtle, High School Principals Todd Marshall, Christian Giles, and Neil Kaiser, Marching 365, and our proud 2020-2021 sponsors, Dr. Kevin and Laura Forms, Orthodontics by Dr. Burson, Pawpaw Patch, Tabo Cruz, Pulmonary and Internal Medicine of Texarkana, Dr. Gregory White, Arklatex Eyes, the Digby and White families, Griffin Therapy, Tina Griffin, and the Van House. Be sure to join us tomorrow or tune into Texarkana Game Day as PG will be hosting its second annual Pleasant Grove Marching Band Invitational here at Hawk Stadium. The Pride in Motion will kick off the competition with a performance at 10:15 a.m. Come see some of the finest band programs in the four-state area. During these times, the Pride in Motion would also like to remind everyone to wear a mask, socially distance from one another, and be safe at all times. Go Hawks!
Ladies and gentlemen, moms and dads, boys and girls, welcome to Hawk Stadium in Texarkana, Texas. Pleasant Grove Independent School District and the radio home of the Pleasant Grove Hawks football games, 94.1 FM ESPN, would like to take this time to honor local heroes that have stepped up to make us safe during the coronavirus crisis. Our first honoree is Bobby Howell, the Bowie County Judge. Judge Howell is the highest-ranking official in Bowie County, and with it comes a lot of responsibility. During the worldwide pandemic, our county judge, Judge Howell, has worked with the President's COVID-19 task force, Governor Greg Abbott, and the CDC. They all trust our county judge to make some tough decisions to keep us safe. Under Judge Bobby Howell, we have seen leadership skills during this difficult time. He's helped our local operations center, making Bowie County a model for other counties in America. With Judge Howell in charge, our county and city officials have worked together to make us all safe. Please, a round of applause as we honor local hero, Bowie County Judge Bobby Howell. Our second honoree is Dr. Matt Young, our health authority. Dr. Matt Young has served as our local health authority during the biggest world pandemic in our lifetime. He's played a central role in providing essential public health services during these difficult times. Dr. Young has spent numerous hours, days, and months diagnosing and investigating COVID-19 cases while informing, educating, and empowering people regarding the health issues associated with COVID-19. Dr. Young has been instrumental in protecting the public's health during the coronavirus pandemic by establishing, maintaining, and enforcing shelter-in-place orders early on, and aiding boards of health and local health departments in their ongoing battle against COVID-19. Dr. Young has provided vital statistics regarding COVID-19 and helped establish sanitization laws and has helped save hundreds, if not thousands of lives. Please raise the roof for Texarkana, Bowie County Health Authority, Dr. Matt Young. We would now like to honor our Pleasant Grove Volunteer Fire Department, represented tonight by Robert Jones. While others were sheltered in place, working from home, or able to distance themselves from the highly contagious and sometimes deadly coronavirus, our Pleasant Grove Volunteer Fire Department has never wavered, and they have remained on the job, always on call, always ready to fight for our safety. Ladies and gentlemen, moms and dads, boys and girls, let's show our appreciation for the Pleasant Grove Volunteer Fire Department. We would now like to honor our Texarkana, Texas Fire Department, represented tonight by Chief Eric Schlatter. Chief Schlatter leads one of the best fire departments in Texas. Our Texarkana, Texas Fire Department saves lives and protects our property. And not even a worldwide pandemic can stop them from doing their job, keeping us safe from fires, fast response times, excellent trained firefighters, all fit and ready to serve. That's the trademarks of the Texarkana, Texas Fire Department. Please join me in a round of applause as we thank and honor the Texarkana, Texas firefighters. Don't go anywhere, Chief Schlatter. We have another award for you. Now we're going to honor Chief Eric Schlatter, who is also our Emergency Management Coordinator. The Texarkana, Texas Emergency Coordinator is especially important during a worldwide pandemic. Nobody was ready for a coronavirus pandemic of biblical proportions. No one but Chief Schlatter, that is. As emergency coordinators do, he is ready for any emergency. He responds to emergencies. He'll help us recover and rise when it's all over. He had a plan. He responded. And with the Lord's help, when it's over, he'll help us recover. One more time, a round of applause for our emergency coordinator, Chief Eric Schlatter. We'd now like to honor Pleasant Grove ISD volunteer Jessica Rich, who was chosen for the 2020 Heroes for Children Award. Jessica Rich has been named the recipient of the 2020 Heroes for Children Award given by the Texas State Board of Education. This is a prestigious award given to only 15 awardees statewide for outstanding services and support given to their school and community, staff, and students of Texas. The 15 awardees represent 15 districts in Texas. Rich will represent District 9, which includes Bowie County and 29 other Northeast Texas counties. A round of applause for Pleasant Grove ISD volunteer Jessica Rich, chosen 2020 Heroes for Children Award. Our next local hero honoree is the Mayor of Texarkana, Texas, Bob Bruggeman. Texarkana, Texas is a city filled with citizens that take pride in our community. We're proud of our local businesses, our local schools, including Pleasant Grove schools, and our city leadership. The Chief Executive Officer of Texarkana, Texas is Bob Bruggeman. He's what the city of Texarkana stands for. Hard work, dedication. He's also an umpire of local, high school, and collegiate baseball games. He always makes a good call, whether it's a ball or strike behind the plate or a call on what's best for our citizens' safety and well-being during the coronavirus crisis. A round of applause for the Mayor of Texarkana, Texas, Bob Bruggeman. 94.1 FM ESPN and at Pleasant Grove Independent School District. Our police force in Texarkana, Texas has to deal with the same issues we deal with during the coronavirus crisis. They've been wearing their masks and they've responded to calls. They respond to literally tens of thousands of calls a year. They put themselves in harm's way, day and night, protecting Texarkana, Texas. They are Texarkana's finest. A round of applause for the Texarkana, Texas Police Department. Our next honoree is Pete Mann, Pleasant Grove ISD Resource Officer. Pete Mann is the man, but he's more than just a police officer. Officer Mann is a positive role model for staff and students at Pleasant Grove ISD. Pete Mann helps build relationships with students and staff. He's viable on campus. He gives the staff and students a sense of security. Please show your appreciation for our guardian angel at PGISD. He's Pete Mann, Pleasant Grove ISD Resource Officer. Now we'd like to honor a man who was the inspiration for tonight's Local Hero Awards. You read about him in the paper, you saw him on TV, you heard about him on the radio. Our next honoree is getting a special award, the Good Samaritan Award, and we're going to award it to Texarkana, Texas Fire Captain Chuck Wirtz. Chuck Wirtz, he's a local hero. He epitomizes what a good Samaritan is all about. Chuck Wirtz has gone to California to fight the wildfires. But you'll also see him on the side of the road in Texarkana helping a stranger change a tire. That's what he does. That's his job. He's selfless. He sacrifices himself to help others, whether he knows them or not. Chuck Wirtz has just returned from California, where he has been fighting wildfires, keeping America safe. Please show your appreciation to our Good Samaritan Award winner, Chuck Wirtz. One more time, a round of applause for these local heroes here at PGISD from 94.1 FM ESPN and Pleasant Grove Independent School District. God bless America, God bless Texarkana, Texas, and God bless PGISD.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Welcome back to the second half here at Pleasant Grove High School. Hawks are up 35-0 over the North Lamar Panthers. We're going to find out, Quinn, how we're going to run the clock. We haven't had a coach. There's not a mercy rule in Texas. It's usually just an unspoken mercy rule.
They actually gave us a little bit of information and said they want to run it, but they don't want to run it on the first two series. The first series for each team will be run normally, and then after that, they will begin to do something a little different. I want to point out a young man coming in for the Hawks. It doesn't get a lot of time, but he's a hype man on the sideline. 22, Jalen Phillips is a senior. He's in on kickoff coverage right now, so good to see him. 29, Coy Martin is in for the Hawks. Number 5, Austin Stutzman took the kickoff for the Panthers, and the turf monster got him, and the ball is down about the 19-yard line.
The turf monster has claimed many of victims since the advent of the old turf.
19-yard line, first down for the Panthers.
Turf nowadays is nice. It's soft. I never played on the old AstroTurf. I played a baseball game on it once 25 years ago, and it was like concrete.
Hawks come out for this possession with their starting defense still in play, but probably won't be after this series. Doherty takes the snap. He's looking to pass. The route is jumped by Alex Galvan. He takes it in for the Pleasant Grove score.
Touchdown, Hawks! Alex Galvan with a pick 6 for Pleasant Grove.
Great play by my neighbor there, Alex. Just jumped the route. Quarterback's got to throw it a little quicker than that. Alex limping off a little bit. That might be the last we see of 16. One thing that happens, Quinn, in a game like this, kids are celebrating on the sideline and forget that they're on the extra point team.
Bradshaw picks up the low snap, scrambles around, tries to do something with it, but really nothing happens there, so the point after is no good. But with 11:47 left in the third quarter on the first offensive play, Alex Galvan, Ryan's his brother, Alex Galvan gets a pick 6 for Pleasant Grove to make the score 41-0.
And we just saw the extra point attempt, and that's one thing that Josh Gibson, I think Justin Gibson coaches the special teams. And that's the thing in a blowout like this. You're getting, if Pleasant Grove scores 8 touchdowns, you get 8 chances to work on your extra point snap, hold, and kick. So, yeah, we just got a message up here. They're going to run the clock. You know, we played the first game in Nashville and used the mercy rule. You're up 35 points and the clock runs and doesn't stop. In Texas, coaches will usually get together at halftime or wave at each other and you know, hey, let's run the clock. Let's get out of here with no injuries, and let's get to work for next week.
A couple of more new Hawks on the field. 14, Sean Green is in. 28, this is Kylan Benton is in for the Hawks. All the Hawks took off and they pulled him back. I guess it was the officials weren't ready yet.
Yeah, I believe the Hawks were offsides there. You got to pick that up, 5.
Ball looked like it checked up. I think the officials are calling it a touchback.
I don't know what North Lamar decided. I think they're just going to take the ball at the 30 with the 5-yard penalty.
North Lamar takes possession at the 30-yard line, first down.
So North Lamar comes to the line at the 30, first down. Doherty takes the snap, hands it off. No gain for the Panthers.
You know, one player, Quinn, that I didn't see playing a lot on the defensive front is Alex Murphy. And he's done a really good job all year. And he's really small next to the normal giant Hawk lineman.
Yeah, in terms of stats, he hasn't put up big numbers in the position, but he does a job.
Well, a lot of that,
he's got to be a role player.
Those 2 and 3 techniques, a lot of times their job is to keep the guards off the linebackers.
Doherty faked the handoff, tried to break something off there, but got swallowed up by a couple of Hawks.
Doherty brought down in the backfield, no gain on the play.
It's 3rd down 15 with 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter.
Panthers aren't going to be in a hurry. They're going to let the play clock run down.
Doherty takes a snap, can't find anybody to give the ball to. And he is brought down in the backfield once again by a number of Hawks. I think that was led by Nick Martin.
It was.
Doherty brought down for a sack, tackled by Nick Martin, 4th down.
Now, well, if you're watching the Hawks for the first time and you're thinking, well, that's not a fair fight with number 6 out there, Nick Martin, and it's really not, but Nick makes plays like that against great teams like Argyle and Carthage. There's a few Hawks out there that you're going to watch on TV on Saturdays and maybe on Sundays one day.
Low punt, but it was called as a fair catch by R.J. Collins, so the ball will be spotted down at the 50-yard line as the Hawks begin this possession. We would expect to see at least some number of replacement players, but it looks like they're going to come out with their starters for one series.
And they need to get the work in. We talked about that earlier. They need the reps. The Hawks don't have a game next week.
Yeah, all the starters still in for Pleasant Grove right now. 1st down at the 49-yard line. Hawks are going to have to hurry. 4 seconds left on the play clock. They do get it off. Woodside's looking to throw. Pass is complete to Jonathan Ketchum. He picked up the 1st down for the Grove. Ball moves to the 36-yard line.
You know, when you're running subs in and out, the plays, the game's out of control, you're going to have some mental lapses. And kids on the sideline are like, well, I didn't know I was in. I was in last. Am I in next? And there's going to be some confusion. But it's a good problem to have if you're the Hawks.
To correct the spot from the last play, ball's at 37, not the 36. Drew Mason comes into the game at receiver. Woodside's looking to throw. Nobody's there, so he tucks the ball, picks up a good block, goes out of bounds near the 30. Not quite the 30.
Woodside runs up the right side, runs out of bounds near the 30-yard line.
Jalen's made a couple of good decisions tonight.
2nd down.
Don't throw the pick. Live to play the next play.
Looked like he was wanting to throw an out originally to Drew Mason. Woodside drops back. He's looking downfield. He's got a man open, but it falls incomplete.
That was a pretty good throw by Jalen. Ketchum made a good effort, but the Panthers had him covered there.
Pass intended for Jonathan Ketchum falls incomplete. It's a 3rd down.
And if you're watching and you're wondering, well, what in the world are the Hawks throwing it for? They're throwing it, like we said, they don't have a game next week, and this is practice.
Ketchum had a step for a minute there, but then it went away pretty quickly. That's a handoff to Hayden Kohler up the left side. Kohler picks up the 1st down to keep the drive alive. Hayden Kohler around the left end picks up a first down to keep the drive going for Pleasant Grove. Some level you feel a little bit bad for North Lamar. I mean, it's not fun to be on that side of what's going on here. Most of us have been there somewhere along the way.
And you know what? I played on a 2-8 team my senior year, but I loved every minute of it. And, you know, I don't think he got the first, Quinn.
Woodside handed that one off to Trenton Kelly. I got lost in the play. I was following the wrong guy, so I wasn't sure where the ball went.
No, back to the Panthers. They're,
hand off to Trenton Kelly.
Part of you feel sorry for them because they're getting beat, but those kids are having fun, and at their 20-year reunion, they're going to talk about, you know, how bad they were in football, but how much fun they had. You build a brotherhood.
Woodside hands off to Kohler again. He breaks to the left, cuts back in the middle, takes it in for the Pleasant Grove score. Touchdown, Hawks! Hayden Kohler takes it in for the Pleasant Grove score.
You know, North Lamar has always had a really good baseball program. They're good in basketball. Their girls' athletics is tremendous. You just got to build interest in football. They've got the kids. They've got the numbers. They've got some athletes. You know, Quinn, it takes a guy like Josh Gibson to come in, and you get the kids that are walking the halls that aren't playing football. You get them to come out. You get kids that are seniors that have never played. You get them to play. And it's not built overnight.
Enrique Rios' point after is good. Kevin, you're exactly right. You know, what Pleasant Grove needed was a spark plug, and they got that in Coach Gibson.
Yep.
And then he's done a great job of building a good team of coaches around him, young guys that are very relational. So it can be done. You can take a program that is not amazing, and you can flip it. It took, a four-year journey to really get to what happened in 2017 here. So North Lamar can do that too. You just got to find the right guy.
I want to give a shout out to Texarkana Bank, one of the sponsors here at Texarkana Game Day. Texarkana Bank, more than your bankers. They're your friends and your neighbors at Texarkana. They have built their reputation on trust and the relationships they have with individuals, families, and local businesses. With over 100 years of banking experience under our belts, they've learned a few things about banking the right way. TexarkanaBank.com.
Kickoff was taken by number 5, Austin Stutzman. He's gotten most of the kickoffs, it seems like, since number 1 went out of the game. Brings the ball down to the 30-yard line. No, the 27-yard line.
Going back to Texarkana Bank. Our very own at Texarkana Game Day, Billy Lavender. Razorback Billy's over at Texarkana Bank. Go see Billy. Yeah, quite a bit of starters still left in the game. Looks like Garrett Harrison, number 10's at one of the safeties.
.34 Rylan Hopkins is in for the Hawks right now.
Colin Manning out at corner. Keelan Benton's out there, 28 at corner.
Doherty steps up, calls some kind of an audible. Steps back, takes the snap, low snap, hands it off. No gain again for the Panthers. No gain on the play for the Panthers.
Cade Martin, number 46, he's a freshman. He's in there. Big, good-looking kid. If you haven't seen the Hawk freshman team play this year, they're legit, bright future here at Pleasant Grove. Yeah, punter's done a good job tonight.
RJ Collins calls for the fair catch, and so the ball is placed down at the 39-yard line as Pleasant Grove begins this drive.
RJ Collins was given the directive to fair catch.
RJ Collins calls for the fair catch at the 39-yard line as Pleasant Grove begins 1st and 10.
Let's go back to one of our best sponsors here at Game Day, and that's Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. When minutes count, you can trust Texarkana Emergency Center. They have been a great sponsor for Game Day since the beginning, and we thank them for that.
Garrett Harrison's back in at quarterback for the Hawks. He handed it off to number 14, Sean Green. Green takes it around the right side. Officials are giving him about 5 yards, looks like. 4 yards. Make that 4 yards.
Sean Green carries around the right side for the Hawks, picks up 4 yards, 2nd down.
Harrison hands it off to Green again. He's got lots of room around the left side. Takes it past the 45 on the Panther side.
Sean Green on the carry again around the left side for the Hawks. Knocked out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
Good to see the backups in. And, hey, they want to score. You'd love to get your first varsity touchdown.
Harrison hands off to Green again. Jumps over one of his own players, tackled by about 3 or 4 different white jerseys. Brings the ball to the 35-yard line. Just shy of the 1st down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Pleasant Grove is up by 48 points, and we will line up for the 4th quarter here in just a moment.
Our own Jay Davis. Texarkana Game Days, Jay Davis. Go by State Bank. If you want to refinance your house.
Pleasant Grove Athletics would like to say thank you to our quarter sponsors.
State Bank is a big supporter of Pleasant Grove Athletics. They're a big supporter of Texarkana Game Day. 6 locations in Northeast Texas. You're never far from the friendly staff and convenient service of State Bank. They've been a sponsor of Texarkana Game Day for 2 years. And like I said, my good buddy Jay Davis, go over and see him. He knows everything there is about mortgage and the interest rates. Great time to buy a home and great time to refinance with State Bank. And Rocasa Organics. These are natural products, family owned since 2017, safe natural products for wellness, personal care. Even have baby products and pet products. I need the pet products right now. Can you stop itching, Rocasa? That's what I want to own, a dog.
Harrison hands it off. I believe that's Trenton Kelly straight up the middle for a big gain for Pleasant Grove.
Trenton Kelly carries up the middle for the Hawks, picks up another 1st down.
Go to rocasaorganics.com to find your natural products. I'm serious about the dog. I got a dog that itches all the time. I have to call Jill at Row Casa and find out.
So Harrison at quarterback, he's just a sophomore. Trenton Kelly's a sophomore. Harrison makes the throw to Sam Bradshaw. Bradshaw breaks a tackle, takes it inside the 5-yard line. So that is Harrison's first varsity pass, and he completes it.
In Garrett, after he threw the pass, Sam almost got in the end zone.
Harrison's first varsity pass is complete to Sam Bradshaw.
Garrett
takes it inside the 5-yard line.
Garrett ran about a 4.5 40 over to Sam to congratulate him on catching his. That was his first completion, first pass. There you go. Everyone knows Garrett's brother, Grant. Super Hawk fan. Saw him earlier, said hi to him.
Harrison hands off to Sean Green, and that is a touchdown for Mr. Green.
Touchdown, Hawks! Harrison hands it off to Sean Green, who takes it in for the Pleasant Grove score.
Okay, let's keep an eye on the snap. Snap and hold. Now, the original holder's out. Is Bingham. He was the original holder, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Quinn Bingham rolled an ankle a few weeks ago, and then he hurt it again after getting cleared. So not real sure when we're going to get him back. Bradshaw picks up the snap, takes it into the end zone. Let's see, he fumbled it. They say he did get in, though.
Okay, if you're going to be a stickler, that's one thing that the Hawks have been struggling at that. Snaps and holds. And, you know, Quinn, it may come down to Gilmer, and we need a field goal to win the game. And that's something that they're going to have to get better at. And I've said this all year. Special teams, it hadn't been good. The high school games I've seen, the college games I've seen. And special teams is just something you got to work on in practice, and you got to take it serious just like you do offense and defense. Got a score of local interest on the Arkansas side. Ashdown just beat Nashville 26-24. We'll get some local scores here in a little bit.
So again, we're at a running clock here in the fourth quarter. About 9.5 minutes left in the ball game with the score 56-0. Fair catch called for by the Panthers.
Somewhat of a local interest score. It's not local, but to us it's interesting for Pleasant Grove. Right now, Salado is up 21-14 over China Spring. And that's interesting. We played Salado last year in the playoffs over at the Star. And they're another wing T team. And apparently they're better than they were last year. It's a possibility the Hawks may see Salado down the road or China Spring.
We got Colin Manning in on defense now. Jay Weinheimer's in as well. See Zach Hughes in playing defense.
The Argyle Eagles had a squeaker. They're up 70-0 over Ranchview in the third quarter. And right now the score I see Gilmer 41-0 over Pittsburgh at halftime.
Jalen Phillips is in on defense now for the Hawks, number 22. Phillips in on that tackle.
Tatum 41, Atlanta 20 in the third quarter. Carthage 35, Jasper 10
Handoff to number 5,
in the
Austin
third quarter.
Stutzman. The tackle was made by 22, Jalen Phillips.
Jasper's one of those teams that could give Carthage a little competition in the playoffs. They're in the same district. Carthage may see them again. And then Waco Conley 35, Jarrell 15. Conley's another team that we could see down the road.
Handoff again to number 5, Austin Stutzman. No gain, might have lost a yard.
And the dreaded Cuero Gobblers 24,
Handoff to
Giddings
Stutzman.
21. We still have nightmares when we
Lost a
say
yard,
Cuero.
4th down.
Offsides is called against the Hawks.
Offsides against the Hawks.
Phillips was all over that one, but he didn't quite get it.
Hey, let's get Jalen some more playing time. Well, I mean, what?
Jalen Phillips in the backfield for the third
He may
play in
need
a
to-
row, disrupting the play.
He may need to be a starter.
Brings up 4th down.
Yeah, reminds me of Antonio. That's what Justin Maynard said. Antonio Watson was that guy. Or Watkins. Yeah.
Doherty's pass falls incomplete. Took a big hit from number 19, Jay Weinheimer.
Pass falls incomplete. Pleasant Grove takes over on downs.
If you're watching on the TV right now, that's the Hawks sideline congratulating Jalen. That's what, man, kids are awesome. Kids are awesome. Kids at any level, anywhere.
What's really cool right now to see the guy that was just slapping him on the head the most is number 2, Jalen Pascal, who was declared ineligible to play this year. But he still puts on a uniform and runs around with his teammates, and he's over there celebrating a third-string kid that finally got to make some plays.
And
that's just the way it ought to be.
That's something at their 20-year anniversary they'll talk about. They'll remember this night forever. Game wasn't that great. Not that big a deal, but they'll remember Jalen. Jalen's going to take a sleeping pill to go to bed tonight. Mama's going to have to get him make him some warm milk and tell him a goodnight story and slip some NyQuil in his milk. A little Benadryl, yeah.
Sophomore quarterback Harrison brings the team to the line again. He hands it off.
Another score of interest is Graham. The Graham Steelers 42, Iowa Park
Stewart.
Hawks 14. Iowa Park was ranked in the
Third
top
down.
10, and Graham wasn't ranked. And Pleasant Grove's faced Graham in 2017, and Iowa Park, I believe, in 2018. And could see one of those teams from Region 1. Graham, Iowa Park, Salina. Every year we seem like we look ahead. Who could we play in the semifinals?
Hand off to Davian Stewart. Little trap play around up the right side there. Stewart picks up the first down.
Davian Stewart picks up the first down for Pleasant Grove.
Get Jalen Phillips the football. How can we do that, Quinn? Can we call down and get Coach Gibson to Yeah, I think one of the instructions the coaches just said is don't score. So let's see if, we're in the victory formation. So
Harrison takes a knee. Right at a minute left in this ball game. Hawks are going to kneel it out.
And the great thing about it looks like, Quinn, is if there weren't any injuries, everybody got to play, had a good time.
That should be the end of the ball game. There's 30 some odd seconds left, but the Hawks will not run another play, and so that brings it to conclusion with the final score: Pleasant Grove 56 and North Lamar 0. To our North Lamar friends, we've enjoyed being with you tonight. Wish you the best in the rest of your season, a safe trip home, and we will see you again in 2 weeks. We've got next week off, so thank you for joining and watching Texarkana Game Day this evening. Have a good night.